It's the 71st Cannes Film Festival this year. And I thought, given that we have a fair few film fans, that we should talk about what it is. Do you know what the Cannes Film Festival is?
Right, well I know you've covered it, you've filmed there, but
Twice.
my overall sense of it is lots of celebrities, ridiculously long red carpets, endless awards, nubile young
Starlets.
things, big fat producers, and that's all I know about it really.
That's a pretty accurate snapshot.
Oh, do you remember the year when Pamela Anderson was in the sea?
I was there.
You weren't?
I was
when
in
all the
sea.
photographers were in the sea?
Get this, I was in the sea.
No.
In a tuxedo.
Seriously?
With my trousers rolled up.
Oh my God.
With a camera filming her. She was in a film called Barbed Wire.
God, all these years I've known you and I didn't know you were one of those weirdos in the tuxedos.
I was one of those weirdos in the
Oh my God,
tuxedos.
look at those men in their suits.
Well, and I had to go out there because all of the Italian paparazzi were going out to get the shot, and I just thought, sod it. The cut and thrust of Cannes is you virtually go mad trying to get into every event, celebrity party, every movie parties that are going on.
No, but you've got to give context. You weren't just there, you were there working.
I filmed it twice, and they do say that a little bit like the book Catch-22, where if you do a certain number of missions, you go mad. They say that if you cover the Cannes Film Festival more than 3 times, you will go mad.
Really? Tell me who are the people that you saw at Cannes that walked right past you?
One of my most famous moments at Cannes was how I, in an attempt to get an interview with Robin Williams, the comedian who sadly passed away, they were coming out of a press conference. I was doorstepping him at the side of the entrance as they came out. He came out looking very friendly. I proceeded to bounce off his bouncer, and I was thrown across a car, and then I ended up on the front cover of one of the papers. There was a camera. Couldn't see me. You could just see this melange of camera.
Oh my God, can we get the picture?
And I was thrown all over the place. I did trip, and I was in danger of hitting Robin Williams in the face. My best one was going up to Dennis Hopper at the toilets in a restaurant and saying to him, I was drunk, he was drunk, and saying, I love you in Blue Velvet. And him going, oh my God, you've got to meet my girlfriend. And I'm like, right, okay. So we wandered out of the loo. This is my girlfriend. And he's looking at me with those mad Dennis Hopper eyes. What do you need? And I'm like, well, we'd love to come to your hotel. You're promoting a new film and we could do... Come! Just talk to my people. Here's my card. You know,
was he really pissed?
He had that kind of crazed look in his eyes. Robert De Niro, I stood in front of Robert De Niro with a microphone and I said, so your new film, Cops, was it? I think it was Cops with him and Sylvester Stallone. I said, so what's it like working with Sylvester Stallone? You know, I mean, he's like, he just looked at me and said nothing.
Question.
Yeah, stupid question. It's a huge marketplace. You've got all of the glitz and glam of, there are films in competition. There are always 20 films in competition competing for the Palme d'Or, which is their version of the Best Picture Oscar. But there are 6 other awards, so they're also competing for Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress. So you get 20 films in competition, then you get other films that are shown in the Directors Week, and then you get other films shown in A Certain Regard, which is like a sort of the more avant-garde films. Films like The Florida Project got picked up at the Cannes Film Festival, you know, so it's a really important marketplace. But one of the other big traditions that I like about Cannes that happens is that when films are shown at the festival, it's traditional almost for every film to be booed. Did you know that? So it's a big thing. So films like Taxi Driver, Pulp Fiction were universally booed by the critics at the Cannes Film Festival. So when you hear... It's become a strange, perverse French tradition.
So is it good when you're booed?
Well, this is what they say now. It's like, don't take it with a pinch of salt. But if a film is booed, some films that are terrible are booed.
That's so French.
It's so
They have
French.
the weirdest sense of humour.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can you imagine that to Americans? Americans that are so upbeat and so positive and so full power and so, come on, good job, everyone can do it. And they go there and
I think the Americans go with their films, and of course when they're in competition they're like, what the hell have we done wrong? What's wrong with our film? And they're like, no, don't worry, it could mean. It doesn't necessarily mean it is good.
Is it just to throw people off the scent?
Could be. Had a great moment where Gerard Depardieu got so bored with the act of us interviewing him, he got up and walked off. That's quite cool.
Oh, how heavenly.
That's so French.
That's so French.
His enormous...
Why didn't you boo him as he did?
Well, no, I was fascinated by the size of his nose and he just got up and left.
Is Cannes something anyone can go to?
Right.
Is the city closed down to anyone that isn't invited?
You can go to the city. You will not, for love or money, be able to afford anywhere. I had the great luck of a company sending me out there and they put us in a villa in the hills just above it for 1 year. If you just wanted to go as an ordinary punter, you'd have to go to a sort of town or a village way further up the coast.
And just come in and have a look.
Not even drive in, you wouldn't be able to drive in. So many of these parties and so much of the scene out there, unfortunately, this place is described as Harvey Weinstein's stomping ground. He was the king of Cannes.
Was he?
He was the man who broke Tarantino and sold him to the masses at the Cannes Film Festival.
Oh, right.
Cannes made the career of Tarantino. And
Right.
Cannes
Why?
made the career because Harvey Weinstein controlled Cannes when he was there. I mean, he was the big cheese. And interestingly, this year, as a kind of mark of respect or acknowledgement, they've actually set up a female harassment hotline for anyone at the festival who experiences any untoward advances or any set of circumstances.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a hotline for all personnel within the industry and anyone who's visiting the festival.
That's good.
And I think that is good, but I mean, it was very much his sort of, his empire.
His playground.
His playground. But you want to know what some of the highlights of this year's festival are? So you've got Spike Lee is making a return to directing with a new film called The Black Klansman, which is about an African-American policeman who infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. And Spike Lee has often been sort of, had films shown at the Cannes Film Festival, is well liked in Europe, and so everyone's sort of feeling it might be a moment for him to possibly win the Palme d'Or or the Best Director. Under the Silver Lake, that trailer we saw with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That's in competition.
Yeah.
Out of competition is Solo, a Star Wars story is being shown there, which is kind of an unusual choice. Terry Gilliam as the man who killed Don Quixote. Do you remember?
Oh, God, this took years to film.
Do you remember the documentary,
every
Lost in La Mancha? Johnny Depp originally slated, it kind of became so long and involved, every form of catastrophe happened, disaster ran over budget. Brilliant documentary if anyone's not seen it, called Lost in La Mancha, which is the failed making of the film.
I didn't think it was ever going to get finished.
Well, no one has believed it, but get this. He's finished it, he's got it to the Cannes Film Festival, but in the 11th hour, his Portuguese producer is having a dispute with him about who holds the rights and is trying to pull it from the Cannes Film Festival.
No!
So just as they get a screening...
This would only be relevant to you guys if you watch La Mancha, the making of and how wrong it's gone. I can't believe it.
So yet again, Terry Gilliam...
Terry Gilliam, because my sister worked with him, and she said a nicer director you would not find. Such a lovely man.
Opening the festival is Everybody Knows, which is a new film starring Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah, together. Kevin MacDonald's Whitney, the documentary, is being
shown we
shown
can't wait
there.
for that. We're still going to screening on that.
Maddie will be pleased. A new Christopher Walken vehicle about an art world scam. So he's always a bit weird with his strange hair. A new film by directing debut by Paul Daniels. But this is a film about a boy who witnesses his parents' marriage falling apart. But it sounds compelling because it stars Carey Mulligan and Jake Gyllenhaal as the parents.
Oh my God, I'll be watching that.
Based on Richard Ford's Wildlife. After the Wedding with Julianne Moore and Michelle Williams, and another film called Against All Enemies.
Hang on, Julianne Moore and Michelle
Williams together. The other thing to say is that the competition has a jury, and on that jury this year, the head of the jury is Cate Blanchett. So she's kind of head of this jury who will decide which of those films will win in competition. So it's a
Seems
great...
a bit odd. She's going to have mates there, isn't she?
Yeah, but it's a great... So it is a really great... Often we hear the word Cannes and you sort of think, just irrelevant. What is it? But it's a really important...
But what is the relevance of it?
Well, the relevance of it is that it's an incredibly reputational marketplace. It's principally a marketplace for selling and buying films.
So distributors go there and that's where all the decisions are made as to which films are going to be put in which cinemas.
And how would you say Cannes?
Cannes.
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 Yeah, some people say con.
No.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's Cannes.
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 Yeah.
Et le filordu, et les petits bois longins, et le colifilosne. Où est le sac de bain? Où est la pomme de terre?